Hello, I'm Zoe Taylor, and I am a current guide at the Davis Museum, and I am so happy to accompany you on Family Day this year, although it looks a little different from what our normal Family Days looks like. Today, I will be going over a photograph that we have in our collection, and I will also be walking you through a art activity that's based off of the photograph that we look at. The photograph that we will be looking at today is by a British artist named Chloe Dewe Mathews, and it was created in 2015, meaning that the photo was actually taken on camera in 2015, although it was printed in 2018. Now, the medium was a chromogenic color print, and if we look at this piece, we can clearly see why the artist chose to use a color print. There's a lot of different colors. There's a lot of blues, oranges, and whites that are used in the image that she wanted to use to capture what was happening in this scene. Before we go on to our art activity, I wanted you all to look at this image. It's called Goldfish on Sale at Nowruz, Ramsar, Iran, from the series Caspian, The Elements. Let's take a couple seconds to look at this image and really study it. What do you notice? What do you wonder about the photo? What questions do you have about the photo? Do you notice perhaps the reflections that you can see in the globes and the fish bowls that are present in the foreground of the painting or the photograph? Do you notice the plethora of goldfish that are swimming in the background of these bowls, but actually aren't in the bowls? They're in the big goldfish tank. Do you notice the bowls at the top that either seem to be filled with something, maybe they're vases, or maybe they are actually goldfish bowls? We see at the top over here, there's a bowl or maybe a vase that has orange in it. Either it's orange from the storefront, or it could be a goldfish. Do you notice the wood under holding up both the tank and the bowl? Do you notice the one fish that isn't orange like the rest of the fish? Picture. There's clearly a lot that tells us about the picture, and we can notice a lot of things. We can notice how many fish there are. You could possibly spend a long time counting. The image itself is one small piece of a larger series called Caspian, The Elements. The Caspian, The Elements series is a culmination of Mathews' 5-year journey across the borderlands of the Caspian Sea, where she took photos of everything that she saw under the central theme of the elements. Now, when we normally think of the 4 elements, we think of earth, water, fire, air, and Mathews added a couple elements. She was also looking at oil, gas, and uranium, and how those different elements, in addition to the original 4 that most of us are aware of, interact with the people she was meeting, the culture she was engaging with, and the land itself. From the title, we know that these goldfish are on sale during the time of Nowruz. Now, Nowruz was the Persian New Year, similar to different New Years of different cultures. In common tradition for Persian New Year, different families all across the globe would create centerpieces, almost, a sort of still life for Nowruz called half scenes. You can add other things to this centerpiece, things that really resemble different things that you want to bring in with you into the new year. Some of the items in the half scene that were a part of the traditional 7 were focused on bringing love, symbolizing beauty, symbolizing new life. And goldfish were actually used to symbolize this form of new life and the new life that would be brought on by the new year. In this image, we actually see the goldfish that would have been bought and taken home to different families celebrating Nowruz. They would be keeping these goldfish in their Nowruz centerpiece. Nowruz lasted for 13 days, so at the end of the 13 days, people in Iran and other places would send the goldfish off to another habitat. They would send them off into different waterways near their area so that the goldfish could live in the sea. And this just symbolizes this idea of the circle of life, setting something free, having this new life of the goldfish, and also allowing it to have its new life at the end of the 13 days of the Persian New Year. In the image, Goldfish on Sale at Nowruz, Mathews photographs the importance of the element water. We can see water is a main subject and main figure throughout this piece. We see the fish bowls that are full of water. We see the tank that is comprised of water as well as goldfish, and there's also streams of water being poured into the tank to keep the fish surrounded by water, something that is important to their life. And within the Persian New Year, as well as anyone, water is important to our own life as well as it is as much as it is important to the goldfish. So she really allows the viewer to think about our relationship with water. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. For this activity, you will need 3 index cards, markers of your choice, 1 pen, 1 pencil, scissors, and glue, stick, or tape. The first step is to draw 2 lines for the fish tank. With your pencil, you will draw fish using an 8 shape with a triangle for the second loop, like so. Once you get the amount that you want, you will color the fish in with markers of your choice. Next, you want to draw and cut 4 or more fish bowls using your pen or pencil and cut them out with scissors. After that, you want to apply glue with a glue stick and apply it to your artwork. I used tape so that the fishbowl has a pop-out effect. Now you can add any kind of designs or different spins on the card. Add titles. I put Family Day 2020. And there you have it, your very own goldfish on sale. I hope you enjoyed this activity and this discussion on the artwork, and I hope to see you in future Davis videos and programming. Happy Family Day!